I'm glad to see you here, and if you're new, welcome. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to receive more reviews, hauls, and makeup tutorials. And in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about my favorite drugstore foundations. I know it's a little bit easy on theme and it's not a super incredible video. I just wanted to get a little bit easy on myself because yesterday I went to my dentist and he extracted my tooth on the bottom, the last one over here, and I feel really uncomfortable. I just feel that I have a hole in my mouth and it bugs me because I'm scared to eat, I'm scared to drink anything except water. I was really scared to sleep on this side of the face, but it's my favorite, and all in all I am really uncomfortable for the last 24 hours. So now with no further ado, let's go to our foundations. So here is one of my most favorite foundations right now. It's e.l.f. Flawless Face Foundation, I think its names. It just says that it's oil free. It has SPF of 15 in it and it's in the shade Porcelain. What I would say about this foundation, it's amazing. My skin looks so natural when I'm applying it. It's not cakey, it's not heavy, it's not lightweight either. It has medium coverage. It has strong medium coverage that will cover almost everything on your face if you don't have acne or very serious problems with your skin. I love this foundation so much. I prefer to use the sponge with it. It retails for $6 and you receive 0.68 fluid ounces over here. It's not a very typical amount for the foundations because usually you receive 1 fluid ounces of foundation, which is 30 milliliters, and this is 20 milliliters. Blah, blah. Also, what I want to mention is that I don't think that you can really get it in the drugstore because I'm not sure if e.l.f. has such a big stance of their products in the drugstore, so I think that you should get it either online or in the actual e.l.f. Store. But anyway, it's worth every penny. It's worth every cent. I love this foundation so much, and also I should warn you that this foundation oxidizes. Not very bad, but pretty good. So if you are very light, the Porcelain may be a little bit dark on you, but it works for me perfectly. I wouldn't say that it will be great for a super oily skin, but it's gonna be good enough for the dry skin, for combination to oily, combination to dry. All in all, everything except for the super oily faces, because on the super oily face, I don't think that it will last for a very long time. But for all the other skin types, it will work just great. It will hydrate if you need hydration. It will mattify if you need mattifying your face. It's just the miracle foundation, actually, and that's why I love it so much. My next one is Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the matte and poreless. I haven't tried the another version for the dry skins, but I really want to do. I can't get my hands on it, but I do really have to. Anyway, I do have mine in the shade 112 Natural Ivory. It's a little pink on me, and I have a neutral undertone that it leans more to the warm but still neutral. But anyway, I do love this. It also has medium coverage. It has very natural, dewy, smooth, flawless finish on your face. It's not the super natural looking foundation. I mean that you definitely can see it on your face, but it will hide all your pores, all your texture. It retails from $5.99 to $7.99. Depends on the drugstore where you will get it, and you receive 1 fluid ounces over here. The most awful thing in this foundation is that it doesn't have a pump. it has a cap. And I should tell you that I feel that I waste a lot of product with this kind of packaging, but come on, when you get the foundation that will last you for approximately at least 6 months if you will use it every day, and you have it for $6, and you can just avoid the packaging, or I don't know, you can put it into another foundation packaging, whatever you want. But yeah, back to the product itself. It's just great. You have a flawless face, you don't have texture, you don't have enlarged pores, you see it on your face, but it's not super cakey or heavy looking. It has an amazing finish. It's very affordable. So I'm 100% sure that almost everyone will love this foundation. And if you don't, just let me know in comments down below why. And the last of the most favorite foundations, like the go-to foundations that I will purchase and purchase and purchase and repurchase whenever, whatever. Just always, it's the Revlon 24 Hours Color Stay Whipped Cream Makeup. I have mine in the shade 150 Buff. I would say that the shade on me looks a little bit grayish. It's the perfect undertone, the perfect color, but it has a little bit of the gray something. I don't know, so I kind of look a little bit sick or something, but you know, when you put all the bronzer and the blush and the highlighter, you just can't see it anymore. So it works perfectly for me. It's medium to full coverage foundation. It's very buildable, so you can control the level of the coverage that you want. The consistency of this thing is very thick. Yes, you can see, it's not even running down, and I just store it in the position like this. That's why it's like going on this side. So as I've told you, it's very thick, creamy. It kind of reminds me of the consistency of the whipped egg whites. I was just baking yesterday, and that's why all I'm thinking is about the baking process. But anyway, this foundation is amazing. It's full coverage, but it's not super heavy, it's not cakey, it's not moving. Especially if you're watching me for a long time, you know that I have issues with the foundation on my nose, because it's the first place where it starts moving, and it's in an hour after I put my foundation. Also, I feel that this one works for me better than the liquid version, the Revlon 24 Color Stay, just the regular with a pump. Also, this retails for $10 to $15, again depending on where you will get it, and you receive 0.8 fluid ounces over here. I do prefer to use the sponge when I'm using this foundation, just because I feel that I'm getting more coverage and it looks better, definitely better than with the brush. Just dipping it inside, and that's it. Oh, by the way, you have a little cap over here, and you're just taking it out. I'm not really using it, I don't know why I store it over here, but I do. About the liquid version of this foundation, my husband told me that it looked very bad on my skin, and about this one, it said that it actually looks pretty good, which is a very huge thing for my husband, because he doesn't love the foundation on my face and how it looks at all. So for him saying that it looks good is actually very huge. I know that it might be not the most hygienic and best thing to take this foundation off its packaging, but this is how I use it. I'm not really so nervous about all the bacteria and everything. So I love this foundation. I know that all YouTubers are either raving or hating the liquid version of this one. I don't know why. I have almost never heard anyone talks about this guy. And my camera just turned off in the middle of the sentence. And I was saying that I love this foundation. I do think that it's great. It has a very nice coverage, a very nice finish. It's very affordable and it's just a great alternative for the high-end foundations. And my next one is L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I have mine in the shade 102 Shell Beige. I have found that 101 was too much pink for me. This one is not so pink, but it's a little bit dark, so I think that it's gonna be perfect for the summer. But anyway, it has a demi-matte finish. It's very long lasting foundation. It's actually a hard to remove foundation because I've tried to remove it with my makeup remover towel, with my micellar water, with the e.l.f. cleanser. And with all the products, I have to do it for a few times. I mean, to wash my face all over for a few times because it's really hard to remove, but it proves that it's a very long lasting also. So it has the medium to full coverage. It's also very nice and buildable. And also I would say that it has a very lightweight texture, as lightweight as it's possible for the full coverage foundation like this. The shade range is not perfect, especially for the pale people like me, because all the light colors are on the cool tone side, so they all have pink undertones in them, and if you have warm or neutral undertone, it may not work for you. Honestly, what I'm usually doing for the winter, I'm just mixing these two together and they just work perfect. I wouldn't say that the Maybelline changes the consistency, texture, or anything about the L'Oreal foundation. It just changes the color and it works perfect for me. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow is a little bit more of a staple for me, not as bad as the Pro Matte version, but I very like this one and the color matches me much better. I have mine in 202 Creamy Natural. 201 was too pink for me again. This one is also long lasting. It has medium to full coverage. It has a satin dewy finish, but it's not super dewy and it's not super matte. Also, I just love how it looks on the skin. It makes your skin look very natural and flawless and healthy, and just everything how you want to skin your look like with the foundation. It is also lightweight. Basically, it has all the great sides from the Pro Matte version, except that it's not super matte. It has the dewy finish and it's also just a great foundation. Oh, and I forgot to mention, these both retail for a $12.99 from the Rite Aid, and you receive 1 fluid ounces in both of them. My best and most favorite foundation for the summer was L'Oreal Lumi Cushion. I have mine in the shade Neutral 2. I tried to apply it a few days ago and it was too dark for me, way too dark for me. So it's great for the summer, but I should try the Neutral one definitely for the winter. It's a very lightweight, it's very dewy finish. I mean, it's almost wet, but I loved it in the summer so much. I love the packaging. It's very compact. You can carry it on with you. You have the mirror, which is very dirty and bad looking. You have the sponge that you apply your foundation, and when you open this thing, you have your foundation. Actually, this sponge works great. It actually works very good. I wouldn't say that the Beauty Blender or the Real Technique sponge works better with this foundation than these guys. I have not had any high-end cushions like the Lancome one or something, but I really enjoyed this one, and it retails for around $16 to $70. It's a little bit pricey, I know, but sometimes you can find the sales on the Loreal or something. And you also receive 0.51 ounces, which is like half of the usual foundation, but it's definitely worth the price, and I think that it might last you the same time as the usual foundation, so you're not really losing any money. But I really love this one. And my last but not least is e.l.f. foundation serum with an SPF of 25. I have mine in the shade Light. It retails for $8 and you receive 0.47 fluid ounces, which is half of the usual foundation. But what I can say, for the last month, my skin became much of the better way. I do not have a lot of breakouts. I do not have a lot of acne or pimples or bumps or anything. It has a very light coverage. If you want to try and build it up to the medium coverage, go ahead, but it will take you around 10 pumps of this guy. I've tried, so believe me. But it's an amazing foundation if you don't want to look like you have a foundation, but you want to even out your skin tone. So it's basically perfect for an everyday use. For like going to school, going to college, or you are going to somewhere where you have to look good enough but not overwhelming, you just use this one and it looks gorgeous. It's dewy, it's not creasing in the lines or anything. It's long lasting, even though it says that you have to reapply this one every 2 hours, but I think that it's more for the sunscreen than the foundation on its own. So if I have to go out somewhere and I don't have the full face of makeup, which I usually do but not all the time, then I'm just throwing on this guy and it works. It miracles for me. I am applying it with my fingers. That's the only product that I'm applying on my face with my fingers, but I have not really found that it works good enough with the sponge or with the brush. I do prefer using my fingers with it, but I should wash my hands before. As you can see, it has a pump. A pump is pretty good. It gives you enough of the product, not too much, not too less, if you know what I mean, because with the pumps you can never know before you try it. It is a little bit pricey for like you have the half of the amount of the regular foundation, and it's not the full coverage, it's not even the medium coverage, but really for an everyday to-day basis, if you are a student or anything, it will be perfect. So these were all my favorite foundations from the drugstore. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it helped you a little bit. If you have any questions left or suggestions, leave everything in the comment section down below as always. And as always, I will leave everything in the description box with the links and the colors. And yeah, it completes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!